Okay, so I think most people got their homework done in class yesterday, so hopefully you have your questions answered. If not, ask each other to answer those questions. Make sure you write the equations. Make sure if they give you the numbers that you plug them in. What we're going to do is we're going to review what we've done so far in Chapter 2, because tomorrow you're going to have a quiz over Chapter 2, and then we'll move on to Chapter 3 next week, which is the last part of Unit 2. So remember that in 2-2, the big idea was symmetry. You want to be able to test for symmetry. If I give you a graph, that's pretty easy. But if I give you an equation, remember what you're looking for is if you plug in these negatives for x and y, that you get the same thing back. For the x-axis, remember if you flip it over the x-axis, then x stays the same, but you plug in negative y. So you want to look to see, do I get back the same thing if I plug in a negative y value? Remember, even exponents, you're going to always get back the same thing. Odd exponents, you're not. If it's symmetric with the y-axis, that means when you plug in a negative x and you leave y the same, that you can get back the same function. And for the origin, remember that you make both of them negative and look to see if you get back the same thing. The tricky part of that is remember that if you get a negative on both sides of the equal sign and they cancel out, then that does work. So I've given you a few problems to practice doing that for the review today. In 2-3, we talked about lines. What do I expect that you're able to do on this quiz tomorrow? Find the slope. If I give you points, if I give you a graph, if I give you an equation, that you can find the slope, that you can graph. Remember, you're just going to put those in slope-intercept form and graph those. Parallel perpendicular lines, just like that worksheet that you did. Remember that parallel lines have the same slope, perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal. And then writing equations, remember that you have to write the equation given 2 points, given a line, given a point and a slope. Write those equations. And then yesterday, variation, direct, inverse, and joint variation. The best way to practice those is to just do those problems. I might reassign some of the same ones that you did yesterday. I'm not sure. But that's it. I don't think it's a bad quiz. I know I'm not going to be here. But work with each other. Talk to each other. If you have a question, ask each other. Hopefully someone will be able to figure it out. And also odd questions, make sure you check your answers in the back of the book and make sure you're getting the right thing. And if you're not, ask each other. There are also 3 other math teachers right in this corner if you have a question and you can't figure something out. I'm sure that any of these teachers would be willing to help you. All right, so tomorrow you're going to turn in all your homework for Chapter 2. So from 2-2, 2-3, 2-5, and this review. And then you're going to take a quiz, which is really nice because you're not going to have any homework for Friday. So here's your review homework. It's, I believe, on the review. I said a worksheet too. Let's see if I can find a worksheet. I don't even know if you have a worksheet yet. I'm kind of losing my mind. But if not, then you're just going to do these problems. But if I find the worksheet, then I'll throw that in with it. And all of your homework, including the review, is due tomorrow. And I will see you guys on Monday.